welcome to yet another scdtv review division production. Today we're gonna talk about pistols. Pistols of certain brand that replicate a certain major manufacturer. Okay, we're talking about Glocks from Stark Arms company. As you probably remember, a couple of years ago we had one. It was a green gas version of S17 Stark Arms, which was a replica of Glock 17 third generation. We loved that gun. It shot perfectly, it was built beautifully, rock solid, but it was green gas, and we at scdtv hate green gas because it is very weather dependent. It has weak punch, as we call it, and it's totally useless in our opinion. However, we love CO2. So today we have a Stark Arms Glocks with CO2 punch. Okay, let's introduce the whole bunch of what we have for you today. Okay, we begin with this one. Here it is, a replica of Glock 17. It's called match version because it's supposed to work as a competitor sport gun, because it doesn't have combat look. It has a holes on the slide. The slide itself is like more or less sport one. Moreover, it has a sport slide catch with certain improvements. I try not to hit my head with the barrel, and it has thankfully removable huge magazine release additional plate because it's quite big, so you can easily release magazines. However, you can do it too easily in my opinion. I'm going to talk about it later. The next one from the bunch is a replica of Glock 19 third generation. It is a two-tone replica. It's called titanium slide and a black frame, and it looks absolutely beautiful. In my opinion, this is one of the most beautiful replicas, airsoft guns I've ever seen. This two-tone is just incredible. Of course, it isn't that much of a tactical style, but it looks so good. We love it. It is a Glock 19 replica with a CO2 magazine. Let's stop here. Stark Arms company doesn't have CO2 magazines for Glock 19s. Instead, they use S17's, Glock 17's magazine with additional grip extension. Okay, and now the main dish, the main course of this evening or afternoon. Ta-da! I'll take this here. The one I'm going to show you in a few seconds comes with a proper case with a Stark Arms logo, right? We open it. Alright, we got foam insert, just like in a real steel gun case, and a beautiful Glock replica Stark Arms S19. It is called Real Steel Limited Edition. Why? Because it has a steel slide. Not many of those in airsoft market, right? Pretty cool. It looks very good. It's heavy. The recoil is excellent. Just look at it. It is very cool looking gun. With this one, apart from the case, we get a additional magazine. Just like in the previous case, these are S17 CO2 mags. This one also comes with a grip extension, right? It's under this tape. Alright, now the build quality. Just like in our previous adventure with Stark Arm Glocks, it is top notch, right? The materials used, finish, overall build quality externally is excellent. These are beautifully crafted guns. However, no real marking, so no Glock traits. These all are with Stark Arms traits on them, right? In this match version, we got, you know, this aluminum slides, and we have, you know, holes here and holes here, everything with a beautiful finish, right? This gun came with two barrels, the plastic black one, which was thrown away instantly, and aluminum or metal barrel of gold color. It's already quite, you know, worn out. You can see some you know, scratches and stuff, but it's still quite cool looking. Not tactical, but cool, right? The frame is usual, typical S17 frame, with exception of those manipulators, right? So the slide catch and the additional mag release plates, right? However, I encounter some problems with this thing, because with my grip I sometimes did that, right? Unintentionally, it happened to me. And moreover, some certain holsters doesn't work well with this plate, so just unscrew it and hide it somewhere else. All right, that one again, excellent craftsmanship, typical S19 frame, and a beautiful slide, titanium. It's like kind of grayish one. It looks very, very cool. We have S19 markings and a Stark Arms logo on it, right? As I previously said, these guns, these CO2 guns, accept CO2 S17 mags, so we got grip extensions, right? However, only one comes with gun, so if you want to have more magazines, either get yourself more of these grip extensions, or just put them here and glue them with your frame. I did it with a regular tape. You can, you know, use some glue or whatever you fancy, right? Because without that, the gun works, but looks kind of silly, right? Especially with a CO2 capsule, you know, visible. Here we have a steel one. Okay, this seen some action for several months, so there are scratches on the slide from the holster, so the paint comes off. I see some scratches here. However, you can feel this is a steel slide. You can touch it with your bare fingers and you're gonna get yourself because it feels so good, right? It looks kind of cool. It has proper matte finish, no shiny, you know, black paint or whatever. Looks very, very pro and tactical. Again, we have this grip extension. The gun comes with two magazines and only one grip extension, so the only way to do it is to, you know, glue it to the grip here, right? Internally, well, we at scdtv are not, you know, technicians. We shoot guns, we hardly disassemble them. However, these are gas guns, and at some point you're gonna disassemble your gas gun. This is inevitable, right? So I did disassemble most of them, of course not fully, but just for the cleaning purposes, right? Let's do it on this example. It disassembles just like every Tokyo Marui standard Glock. All right, in this one, slide comes off very, very easily. Now, when you look inside, the only difference in these and the green gas ones is the air nozzle here. It's red. It's red, and probably it's, you know, especially made for CO2 powered guns. Other from that, it's the same build like it was in a green gas version, right? So that it is. As you can see, this is a Tokyo Marui standard. Not all the parts are interchangeable. However, it's just, you know, probably can squeeze into it other aftermarket barrels or any other inside thingies, like we don't know about them anything, okay, because we're shooters. Okay, so let's put the slide back onto it. In this case, this is very simple. In this, not that simple. It takes some time to properly remove the slide. No, all right. Again, red air nozzle, the same as this one, and the same is in this one. Now, while we here with the slide removed, one thing about the evaluation. Here's the outer barrel of S19, Stark Arms S19. It's metal one. However, in this one we managed to break this thing. This, I don't know, you can call it, you know, a claw or something. It break down. We need to get a new barrel and replace it. Nothing happened in this one, but in this one it happened. The barrel is metal, is not the best metal, I guess, not the best alloy, but you know, if you are not unlucky, it will hold. It's you know, then you have a typical hop-up chamber. And what is also cool, in here we got plastic guide rod. In the real steel version, this is heavy metal guide rod. Pretty cool. Again, the build quality externally in Glocks 19 is excellent. Nothing wobbles. Everything looks and feels, you know, solid, rock solid, and very good quality. However, when it comes to, you know, to working and the build quality of internal parts and a general evaluation, well, we can say something about it because we've been using these guns for almost a year, right? So here nothing happened, no problems at all. Sometimes, especially today with this quite low temperature, we had some bursts from this one, right? Apart from that, nothing happened. Here, in the disassembled steel one, nothing happened, no problems at all, right? So far. This is from March, I guess, and now we have a October. In this one, we had some adventures, right? As I said before, we got broken barrel, and then at some point the inner barrel came out this way, right? So we put the barrel inside the chamber, put some tape, and now it holds together pretty good. So these things happened in our 1 year evaluation period, right? So far. You can also get additional info from a group. There's one on Facebook, Stark Arms Owners group, and you can read there that hammers tend to you know, chip off and, you know, tend to break or something, and you need to replace it. However, it didn't happen to any of our test samples, but be aware that this might happen. Okay, however, the weak spot of all these guns, in our opinion, are the magazines, right? I already have malfunction if 3 of them, right? At some point I had 3 magazines and only 1 working. Then I used to combine the parts of these 2 not working to make 2 working, right? So we have in here 1 broke, the plastic follower or something, the thing that brings BBs up. It broke and it just didn't work anymore. The BB were stuck in here. In the other one, we had problem with thread of this capsule. Capsule things that pushes the capsule to the nozzle, to this needle. There's a plate with a thread on it, and the plate on it was destroyed. So whenever I tried to, you know, lock the capsule, the gas went away, right? In the other one, we had the rubber O-ring pushed out by the gas. So many things happen with these magazines. So yes, you need to accept that you will be buying additional ones, right? If you buy one, just be sure to get another one anytime soon, because the first one gonna at some point break. However, these are Tokyo Marui standard guns, so VA magazines work. So if you're unhappy with this one, with these ones, get yourself from the other manufacturer. Especially that if it's not cold and the weather is okay, you can use green gas magazines from VA or from stock Arms, so no problem with these. Okay, now let's talk about the performance, right? Thankfully, these are CO2 guns, which means that 10 Celsius degrees and some degrees below that allows them to work, right? So because with this one, I started shooting at in December, right? It was December, no snow, but it was December, and I got me at least 4 kills with that one. Of course, when I shoot 10 or 15 BBs, the whole action weekend, and you need to replace the magazine with a fresh capsule. But it was metal slide and December. Pretty cool, I guess, result. That one, right? I had this since March. It was like about 10 or 11 Celsius degree, and I had this with me. I gave it a proper sand bath, and again acquired some kills with it. Show me a green gas powered gun with heavy frame, heavy slide, that after sand bath is able to shoot. I had a Glock 1's metal slide, green gas, sand, and it was, I had to disassemble it and to work it, to make it work again. This one shoot okay with all sand in it, right? That one again, I took it to a 16-hour event. I broke the barrel at that event, and then I gave it to my friend who ran out of battery juice, and he again with the broken barrel got himself several kills with this pistol, and he said that it shoots excellent, not knowing that the barrel inside is broken. So the performance wise, very good for gas powered airsoft guns.
Nagrywa? Jeszcze niżej próbuję. Tak. Centralnie 3 strzały w środek. 3, 4.
Alright, now results. As you maybe see or maybe not, here's our first shooting with S19 Super Great, the two-tone gun. It was like 20 meters or something? 15 meters, no wind, about 15 to 20 Celsius degree. And here are our results on this target sheet. Initially, we had to find our hitting point because we were hitting this side of the target, right? Then once we adjusted, the aiming point, we got following results. It was like here and here. So pretty accurate on 15 meters. However, we were not aiming here, but we were aiming somewhere here, and the shots were, hitting this spot. So not the way we would like to, but once we knew where to aim, it was quite consistent, good grouping. All right, now then we switch to 17, match 17. That guy's supposed to be me. The resemblance is stunning. and then again we had to find our aiming point, and once we did that, we managed to hit him here and here. But then again, you see, we had several shots, on the sides. So the grouping is okay on the 15 meters, but still you need to take the consideration where you aim. Well, we were not aiming at the spot we were supposed to hit, right? So this was the problem with Super Great and 17. Good grouping, but the aiming point was a bit off in both cases, right? Then we switched to this beauty, and here, as you can see, the results were, well, simply almost stunning. Where you can see there's no holes on the sides. Where we wanted to hit, we aimed at that point, and we got very good grouping near the aiming point, which is quite good for a gas blowback gun, CO2 gun, with a heavy, slide kick, still slide. So we got, here's where's the grouping. Here's one grouping, there and there. Then we got here and here. And then on the third run we got here and here, and on the fourth run we got here and here. That's pretty cool. At 15 meters the BBs were hitting the point where we want them to, right? Where our sights were. So this one really surpassed our expectations as for a accuracy of a gas blowback shot pistol, right? Now as for the muzzle velocity, these are quite consistent. We were using Umarex CO2 capsules, right? And we got outside at 10 Celsius degree, we got 250, all of them. This one is Super Great and the S17 match. And in here with this, 15 to 20 Celsius degree, on same capsules we got 217 FPS on 0.2 BB, so not that much. You got 330 in the shock sheet, right? But we got to 270 tops. Well, in my opinion, it's quite enough. It's a close quarter weapon, so the lower the better, but the lower the better, so 250 is quite sufficient if it hits at 15 meters. This does that, so no problem in my opinion in terms of muzzle velocity and accuracy, especially with this one. The other two, well, not that great, but this one is just superb. Alright, to sum up, whether to have these guns. Right, if you're gonna buy them in Europe, they aren't cheap, right? It's 300 euros and higher, especially that one, the real steel version. However, in our opinion, if you want a Glock, get yourself a CO2 Glock. And if you want a proper looking Glock, get yourself a Stark Arms Glock, because they are built and looks beautifully, right? No trades, you have to live with that, or get yourself aftermarket slide, maybe from Guadder or any else. I don't know if they work, probably with some fiddling, filing, maybe it will work, I don't know. But or just find yourself a old Stark Arms slide with proper markings. However, we are not bothered with Stark Arms, they're pretty cool. We like this cross here, we got the parabellum marking here, no problem whatsoever. The people say that Stark Arms are very close match in terms of shape and size with the real deal. I don't know, I'm using a Phobos holster, they fit perfectly, so probably. So, what to say? They are expensive, however they work very good. They are CO2, they look beautifully. Just get yourself a whole load of magazines.